hari umuntu w'inshuti yanjye wigeze kumbaza atari ko wowe nk'umuntu ubaho ute ugahuza bimwe ndaza kubivuga mu rurimi rw'amahanga arambaza tubaho ute neza mwese ugahuza kugira ngo biroroshye wenda kugira aho mpera ndahera ku mateka Imana yatubwiye arambuye afite ibimenyetso ashingiyeho ariko ndagira ngo mbanze ishimire mwese abari hano mwaje kwifatanya n'igihugu n'abanyarwanda cyane cyane mwebwe abaturuka hanze mu bindi bihugu cyangwa abihagarariye hano mu gihugu cyacu ndabashimira kuko kenshi ko dusigaye tubibona ko bisigaye biri ukuri ntabwo kukigenderwaho ni nacyo gituma ariko reka mvugane hari umuntu w'inshuti yanjye wigeze kumbaza atari ko wowe nk'umuntu ubaho ute ugahuza bimwe ndaza kubivuga mu rurimi rw'amahanga arambaza tubaho ute ugahuza the dark past and the cruel present. But how do you manage that? ariko uko nabyumvaga ntabwo ari igihe yabazaga gusa yabazaga u Rwanda uvuga ngo u Rwanda mubaho mute with a very dark past and a very cruel present. Icyo namushubije nuko from the beginning we were under an illusion that the two were siblings and we had to deal with them as such. You have to deal with the cruel present, knowing that it is very, very much related to the dark past. They are inseparable. So for us, we have a choice to make. You are either crushed in between and you stop existing, or you stand up and fight. When people are saying in the testimony that you know, the hope they have, and that what happened here 30-something years ago will never happen again. It won't be because of those who are responsible for that dark past. Will not try again, or are not even trying now again. It will not happen again just because there will be people who will stand up and fight. It's not because there are fewer people who wish to perish, or who would have wished us all to disappear, this country to disappear. But how can people accept that? How can people not stand up and fight? Because anyway, well, there is a risk you may die when you stand up to fight. But if you don't, it's a sure thing you're going to die. So, why don't I try the former? Why don't I try to stand up and fight with the chance that you might survive and live on your life as you want it, instead of giving up and you let people treat you as if for you to live, it's a favor that they are going to do for you. Why? I've also had people come to me and warn me and say, President, you know you are too vocal, you say things that challenge these people who have the power in their hands, and they're going to kill you. Well, first of all, it means they are killers. But my answer to them is, you know what? If I were to be there to just accept these things to happen. I don't think I would count myself as living anyway. It's like I would already be dead. To live a life of lies, of pretense, and all my life to somebody else, I would be dead anyway. So why don't I die fighting? So you Rwandans, why don't you die fighting? Instead of dying anyway, just dying like flies. Why? But my message goes to other Africans who live like this on a daily basis, who are dehumanized. And they accept it and they beg. I can't beg to live. I can't beg anybody. Who will fight? If I lose, I lose. But there is a chance. There is a chance, a significant chance, that if you stand up and fight, you will live. And you will have lived a dignified life that you deserve, that anybody else deserves. So these people who are there to the UN, they are there to these Western capitals, they are everywhere, they are just saying, Rwanda, this small country, this Rwanda. I mean, you see, when you are talking about Rwanda and ganging up together against Rwanda, you think it's some country that is... Then when I remember the facts about it, I just imagine the world has gone amok. But in the midst of all that, we have to live. We have to live our lives, we have to fight for that, we have to live the way we want. And I tell anybody to his face to go to hell. If anyone comes around and thinks they can, they come and say, hey, we're going to sanction you. To what? Go to hell. Just go to hell. You have your own issues to deal with. Go and deal with your own issues. Leave me to mine. This is the spirit I think Rwandans must have in their daily lives. So my worry is not about how powerful these people are that come down upon us and throw anything at us. I'm never worried about that. I worry about one thing, which has lived on for centuries. It's for Rwandans. It's for Africans. who sit back and find nothing wrong with accepting to be treated like that. That's my only worry. When can Rwandans, when can Africans refuse to be mistreated like this? To be told they have no value, to be told